Alright, how's it going, gents? This will be a bit of a fun video. This is a Honda CBR250RR. Now that RR brings with it some really nice things, some really cool things. I've ridden a lot of Honda CBR250Rs. You know, I get a lot of questions about them and stuff. This is the real deal, this thing. 250RR. So if you remember, I rode a Kawasaki kind of version of this engine in Twisted Throttle's Bayless. That was the that little 4-cylinder 250 that revved out to 20,000. This is the Honda version. This is the actual little sports bike. He just had the engine in a Bayless, but this is the actual thing. So you see, you got twin front disc brakes. You've got, you know, better suspension than like what new bikes come out these days, and that 4-cylinder engine that just revs like crazy. So we'll give it a bit of a test. We'll go for a bit of a thang on it. Sounds like a freaking dream. One of the best things about these little 4-cylinder 250s has got to be the sound. Listen to how amazing this sounds at relatively low speed. You don't have to go very fast to make them sound amazing. Listen to this. A lot of people ask me, I get this question a lot, after I rode that little Bayless, that's not the indicators, is they ask me, how do I get my Ninja 300 or my CBR250R to sound like this? And unfortunately, you can't. It's just not going to happen. You need 4 cylinders for this to sound like this. Can't do it. No exhaust will sound like this. It's got to have 4 cylinders. That's where this awesome sound comes from. So, unfortunately, you got a Ninja 300, a Ninja 250, or a CBR 250R, and you want a bike that sounds like that. You got to sell it, and you got to find one of these old school little 250RRs, because how great is that freaking sound? I love it. I love that sound. This is why I love these bikes. Let's hit that red line one more time. Oh, it's so addicting. I think my mate's struggling to keep up with me. He's on my girlfriend's 125. Front brakes. Keep hitting that freaking horn. Ah, it's fun, these little bikes, man. So much fun. Your normal Ninja 250 or CBR 250R or Ninja 300 puts out around, you know, around 25 to maybe 35 horsepower. These put out about 50. So it's a decent step up. So yeah, this is the kind of power that you get out of 50 horsepower. Lots of fun. It's still super easy to manage. This is why I'm half tempted to buy this and sell off the 125, because it's so linear. Like, there's so much rev range. It goes up to 20,000. Like, it's so much rev range that it's, you know, it's quite docile down low. It just revs out a shitload. God, they're fun though, man. Got a bit of lean over, so it's a little bit more like a super sport. You can sit back in the seat and just sounds like you're doing 300, but you're doing about 60 k's an hour. It's just, oh god, I love these little bikes, man. And the good thing about this one is it's got some serious front brakes on it. Like, before this guy cuts over me, jump on those front brakes. The 125's got good front brakes as well, but in comparison to a Ninja 250 or a CBR 250 single R, you can't beat double rotors on the front. They're freaking great fun, man. The one thing that really surprised me about riding one of these, because I always looked at these bikes and I always wanted to ride one. I was super excited when I did get to ride one. I always thought they were going to be really unreliable, like really janky, terrible suspension, clunky, clutch would be difficult, gearbox would be crappy, it wouldn't be smooth. None of those things. None of those things whatsoever. It purrs like a kitten. It's super smooth. God, I'm just freaking gushing over this bike so much. I really like these little bikes. The engine's smooth. Gearbox is perfect. Like, can't fault it. Brakes are good. Brakes are great. I really thought they were going to be horrible. I'm like, a bike that makes 50 horsepower sounds like this, and you can pick them up for 3-4 grand. There's got to be something wrong with them, I always thought. That's why I never did it. That's why I bought my girlfriend a 125. But after spending some time on this, I'm like, damn, man, totally should have bought a mini Fireblade for my girlfriend. I never would have let her ride it, because I'd be riding it all the time. I love this little bike, man. I love it. Do you want to trade? Do you want that? We'll trade. No, I wouldn't take it either. Frick no. Oh god, it sounds like you're on a freaking 600 with a nice exhaust. But you're on a freaking tiny ass little 250. Doing 60 k's an hour. Feels like I'm freaking Valentino Rossi. Can't get over how much this bike makes you feel like you're going way faster than you actually are. I like how the tacho's dead in the middle. Who cares about speed? Temperature? I want to know when I'm hitting 20,000 RPM. That's all I care about on this thing. Is noise. There it is, kids. Mini Fireblade, Honda CBR250RR. That's a lot of fun, man. It's a fun bike. I like it. I love these little bikes, man. Get one. Everyone who's watching this, you need to at least ride one. At least take one for a ride before they're all dead and buried. Is that a straight exhaust? Pretty much? Yep. Yeah. Alright. Ride one with a straight exhaust, because it makes it sound even freaking cooler. But yeah. What year is it? 98. 98, so it's not that old. 1998. Honda CBR250RR, little mini Fireblade, 4-cylinder action. Take one for a ride. You'll love it. They're so fun. They sound awesome. Do it. Peace. God, that sounds awesome.